I just thought I'd hop on quick and number one, encourage you to get outside and get some sunshine vitamins. So, like I was talking about the other day, vitamin D is created naturally in the body when we're exposed to sunlight. And today, hallelujah, is a perfect day to get a little bit of your sunshine vitamin. So make sure you get outside, get some fresh air, and soak up some vitamin D. So I wanted to just check in with you quick and mention about an article that I saw. Now, I'm not a magazine person. I started years ago like magazine detoxing, and because I noticed that when I got magazines, they would just sit around and pile up, and it would just not really benefit me, and I just stopped getting magazines. But when I was in the store the other day, I noticed Time magazine had, on the cover of their magazine, the title is The Weight Loss Trap, Low Carb, Low Fat, Paleo, Vegan, and Flexitarian was on the list, which I was kind of excited about. Why diets don't work. And what's awesome, I didn't read the whole article, I just sort of skimmed through it. But what I love about it, and I'd highly encourage you picking it up if you get a chance, or at least just glance at it if you're in a magazine detox like I am, it reinforces everything that we have been working on together. So the bioindividuality, it talked about that, like it's no one diet works for every single person. You can't say, oh, everybody should do the paleo diet, or everybody should be a vegan, or whatever. So that's what I love about the flexitarian diet, because it takes that approach of not one size fits all. We are all unique. Our genetics, our stress levels, our exercise routines. Some of you are runners, marathon runners. Others are, working in a desk job all day. I mean, everything's different. The microbiome is your digestion. There is a whole city, a whole universe actually, that lies within your gut. And because of antibiotics and because of the crappy diet that we're exposed to, the sugar, the processed foods, the digestive tract is upset too. So everyone's digestion is different. One person can do dairy, another person can do gluten and has no problem. We're all unique. So that's why dieting doesn't work. And that's why trying to figure out and experiment with what works for you is the ideal scenario. And this whole crowding out mentality is perfect, right? So pick up that article if you get a chance. And it just reinforces everything we've been working on. And I love the whole mentality of reducing stress and making that part of your diet, and finding more joy in what you're doing, like your exercise routine. So much of people, like, January hits, it's like, oh, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta kill myself, I gotta diet, I gotta just, abuse my body for having overindulged. And that backfires, right? It just doesn't work long term. So that's why the philosophy of just, doing more of what brings you joy, adding more self-care, and honoring the body that we've been blessed with, that's what's working, right? So, and by the way, poor little Luna, she's not feeling good today. She roughhoused a little too hard last night, and she has a huge gash in her side, so I think I'm going to have to take her to the vets today. So send little prayers for Luna. She would normally be running around in this point in the morning, but she's not feeling so good today. She got a big cut. All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, why I'm sort of opposed to dieting, why I always say it's a live it, not a diet. You want to find ways of eating that you can sustain for the rest of your life. That's what it's all about. And dieting, short-term stuff, yes, is it good to remove gluten, dairy, sugar, processed foods, alcohol, coffee temporarily to clean the slate, and so that you can reboot and kind of get a fresh start with your diet? Absolutely. I am all about that. That's why I'm doing the juice thing next week, because sometimes we just need a little kick in the pants, right? And that's awesome. But, restriction and, I always say it's like holding your breath. You can hold your breath for a little while, right? And then soon enough, you're just going to gasp for air, and you're going to be, just back to where you started. So that's what we don't want. We want to focus on dietary changes that we can sustain for the rest of our lives, and that spills over to our family, so that we can take better care of our kids and our parents and our husbands and wives. And it's all just the power of that ripple effect. And when we take better care of ourselves, we have that ability to help others do the same. So that's what it's really all about. One of the things in the article that caught my mind, or caught my attention, was in 2017, more Americans are overweight than ever before. However, fewer people than ever are not trying to lose weight. They've given up completely. Isn't that sad? That's so sad. So we're more obese, more overweight, more people diet than ever before, but everyone's overweight. It's not working, and then they just give up. So, you know, that made me a little bit sad. So we're not giving up. Not that this is about weight loss. I always say this. You guys hear me say it. My goal, I'm not really a weight loss coach, although, you know, like for example, my next door neighbor, I should have him jump on my Facebook Live with me sometime. I want to say he's 75-ish. Maybe he's a little older than that. He's a retired Marine. He was severely overweight. He had the big belly. So I had him do little changes, and next thing you know, he lost 70 pounds. Now he gained a little bit of that back, but he made huge changes. He reduced his diabetes medication, off of blood pressure. He no longer needed a mask to sleep with because he had lost weight. So, you know, a lot of people need an oxygen mask to sleep with because they're so obese. So the weight loss is just a side effect, right? So that's what we're kind of looking at. Anyway, and the stress and the self-care. I mean, I really feel like that's such a huge part. That's the one thing about the article that I feel like they missed on, talking about stress and the effect that stress has on our weight, on our health in general. So, you know, just bear that in mind, that self-care is the opposite of selfish, like I always say. So that's it for today. I just wanted to hop on quick, remind you to get your sunshine vitamin, and get outside today, get a little fresh air. And if you are joining me for the juice event, if you're local to Baltimore, you got to get your juices ordered by Friday, this Friday. So, and then we pick them up on Monday. I can't wait. That's it, you guys. I'm going to keep this page open all summer. So anytime you want to check in with me, please feel free. And, you know, I'm sure we'll do something at some point again soon. Have an awesome day. Bye.